Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israel marked its Memorial Day today, commemorating the memory of the country's 23,646 fallen soldiers and civilian victims of terror since the inception of the Jewish state some 70 years ago. Israeli military officials have once again warned the Islamic Republic of Iran against attacking the Jewish state, stressing that Israel will respond powerfully to any Iranian operation from within Syria. The IDF is preparing itself for violent clashes along the Gaza Strip's border this weekend, as thousands of Palestinian demonstrators are expected to clash with Israeli security forces along the border security fence amid celebrations of Israel's 70th Independence Day. Israel marked its Memorial Day today, commemorating the memory of the country's 23,646 fallen soldiers and civilian victims of terror since the inception of the Jewish state 70 years ago. Memorial ceremonies were held yesterday evening and throughout today, while some 1.5 million people have reportedly visited the country's 52 military cemeteries. During remarks at a memorial ceremony commemorating the country's diplomatic corps fallen, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu asserted that the day in which terror broke loose into a new global scale was the day the Islamic Revolution occurred in Iran, a significant moment in history that marked the path to the future, a path of terror.
אם הייתי צריך לציין את היום בו החל או בו פרץ הטרור למרחב עולמי חדש, הייתי אומר שזה היה באירוע דרמטי בטהרן לפני 39 שנים, ההשתלטות על שגרירות ארצות הברית בטהרן ותפיסת עשרות דיפלומטים אזרחים כבני ערובה. זה סימן את הכיוון לעתיד. טרור, טרור ועוד טרור, טרור שחוצה גבולות.
The Israeli leader referred to the 1992 terror attack on Israel's embassy in Argentina, in which 29 civilians were killed and 242 additional civilians were injured, including many from Israel's diplomatic corps, an attack that Jerusalem ascribed to the Islamic Republic of Iran and its Lebanese proxy Hezbollah.
הטרור חוצה גבולות, והיום זה הטרור האכזרי בחסות איראן, שהייתה גם אז, ובחסות דאעש. אין יבשת ואין ארץ שפתוחות מפני הטרור. מה שעלינו לעשות הוא לעמוד נגדן יחד, להקים סכר איתן של העולם התרבותי נגד שיטפון הרדיקליות. מחוללי הטרור מריחים חולשה, אבל באותה מידה הם מזהים עוצמה. בעוצמה ובתקיפות נבלום את הטרור.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also listed Israel's achievements over the course of the years, which he emphasized as the worthiest commemoration of Israel's fallen. He further asserted that 120 years after the inception of Zionism, it has reached an all-time high in all sectors, as well as what the Israeli leader defined as the most important change, Israel's relations with its Arab neighbors that will ultimately broaden Jerusalem's circle of peace. Ahead of tonight's celebrations of the 70th Independence Day of the State of Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu also mentioned the significance of the relations with the United States and the anticipated relocation of the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
היחסים עם ארצות הברית הניבו הישג דיפלומטי חסר תקדים בדמות הכרה בירושלים כבירת ישראל. בעוד כמה שבועות אנחנו נתכנס כאן, בדיוק במקום הזה, כדי לארח את המבקרים בפתיחת השגרירות האמריקנית בירושלים. מדינות נוספות כבר הודיעו שגם הן יעבירו את השגרירות שלהם לבירתנו.
Meanwhile, as occurs on an annual basis, Israel made a sharp switch this evening from commemorating its fallen to celebrations of its 70th Independence Day. While the declaration of Israel's independence was officially made on the 15th of May 1948, Israel marks the date annually on the Hebrew calendar date, the 5th of Iyar, which this year fell on the 19th of April. The celebrations commenced this evening with a special state ceremony on Jerusalem's Mount Herzl that is still ongoing. Now, in other news, Israeli military officials have once again warned the Islamic Republic of Iran against attacking the Jewish state, stressing that Israel will respond powerfully to any Iranian operation from within Syria. With a wide-ranging assessment in Jerusalem in which Iran is planning to attack Israel from Syria in response to the bombing of a Syrian T4 airbase that was ascribed to Israel by Moscow, Tehran, and Damascus, the Israeli military has raised its state of alert to the highest level in recent years. Furthermore, the IDF released photographs and intelligence material that points to Iran growing military entrenchment in Syria. The photographs showed what the IDF said were Iran's Revolutionary Guards Quds Force receiving weapons of three kinds, including surface-to-surface missiles, equipment of its unmanned aerial vehicle unit, as well as air defense systems. The decision by the Israeli military to release its intelligence data aims at showing the Islamic Republic's leadership in Tehran that Israel is aware of its actions and perhaps by doing so, to scale back the Iranian operation. Nevertheless, Israeli officials believe that an Iranian attack is imminent and will probably take the form by means of either an airstrike by a drone or rocket fire. Meanwhile, Qasem Soleimani, who commands the Iranian Quds Force and Iran's proxies in Iraq and Syria, visited the T-Force airbase shortly after Israel allegedly bombed the installation. According to a Lebanese news website, Adiyar, Soleimani spoke with the soldiers and commanders on the base and briefed them on the possibility of additional attacks. Now, to a related matter, because of the heightened tensions on Israel's northern frontier, IDF officials decided to cancel plans to have Israeli Air Force fighter jets take part in the International Red Flag exercise in Alaska, which is led by the U.S. Air Force. Israeli Air Force pilots routinely participate in that exercise, in which pilots train for flying in difficult weather conditions. IDF officials explained that given the situation with Iran and the heightened state of alert, a decision was made not to take any risks by removing fighter planes and combat pilots from Israel. The state of alert, which is one of the highest it has been in recent years, will remain unchanged in the next several days over the course of the Independence Day holiday. Meanwhile, the IDF is also preparing itself for violent clashes along the Gaza Strip's border this weekend, as thousands of Palestinian demonstrators are expected to clash with Israeli security forces along the border's security fence amid celebrations of Israel's 70th Independence Day. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Health Ministry in the Hamas-run Gaza Strip released a statement in which it said that 5 Palestinians had been wounded from Israeli artillery that was fired at the eastern border of the enclave adjacent to Khan Yunis refugee camp. Several shells exploded at an observation post belonging to the Islamic Jihad's military wing, the Al-Quds Brigades, in tandem with heavy fire across the border. The IDF was not immediately available for TV7's request for comment. Thank you for watching us. You can also watch us at TV7, IsraelNews.com or TV7.fi. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. For more updates from Israel and the region, please join our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. Keep praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Jonathan Hassan of Erev Tov. We will see you again tomorrow at the same time.